Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of March 7th. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings. So if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Just make sure you use the link in the description below. I only have one Instagram account. But let's see what we have here for you. Virgo, if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. Really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so I don't read reversals, so I am going to flip these around. And let's see what we have here for you. All right. We'll take 3 cards to clarify as we go along. And I'm also going to take a few cards here from these oracle decks ahead of time. And all right, let me make sure we're all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. I think that looks just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the King of Wands. So love to see the King of Wands here for you on the bottom of the deck. The King of Wands is like the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. You can find them working for somebody, but many times the King of Wands will prefer to be on their own. And you know, they like to run the show, okay? You can see here the star on the throne that they are sitting on indicates for me that they are the star of the show. And so you can see them, you can find them working for someone, but if you do, they will be the most passionate person in the room, and they'll only be at a job if they like the job. And basically, you'll never find the King of Wands in a dead-end job because they have an immense talent and an ability to inspire others. And so if they don't like what they are doing, they can always just go get a new job. And so it's a very, very nice energy. For me, it's about leadership. It's kind of like a modern leader. King of Wands might be like a modern leader, like somebody you truly want to learn under or learn from or even just listen to because of their ability to inspire. And so, yeah, definitely like to see that. You could be doing those sorts of things. You could have those qualities about you, Virgo, at this time. So taking a look here on the spread. So in the current situation, you have the 4 of Swords. So I do wonder if some of you may need to rest a little bit, kick back a little bit here with this 4 of Swords. Okay, this is somebody who is healing from a situation. By default, or typically, I should say, typically, they are healing from heartbreak. As you can see, the 3 of Swords card on the banner above. The 3 of Swords is a card of heartbreak, separation, divorce. But, you know, that can be anything. Like some of you could have had a challenging conversation or situation with a friend, a family member. Some of you could be healing from the end of a work situation, even though I just got done saying you probably are not going to stay in a dead-end job if you're watching this. But, you know, there's maybe a period for you right now where you may want to step back and evaluate, especially because you have this Judgment card here in the future, which I will talk about as we go along. But, you know, for some of you, you may be really asking yourself, like, what is the risk reward here in what I'm doing? I'm not getting a whole lot of love energy, okay? So I think for most of you, this is going to be about career, finance, life in general. In the problem position, you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords represents, it's a really nice card, okay? This is about the clouds clearing in the background. It can mean a new beginning, a new start. However, you have to take everything into consideration, and this is in the problem position, okay? And so this may mean that you are having issues with your mental process in that you're looking to achieve or attain clarity in your ability to communicate something or in your ability to decisively act. Some of you really want a new beginning, but there's something here pulling you back to the past. And this is why I think the Ace of Swords is showing up in the problem position at this moment. And so for some of you here, I'm going to get into why actually I think that is, but some of you really are looking for a breakthrough. And What I would say is we're in this energy of Pisces right now. It's Pisces season. What I would tell you is to, instead of looking for a breakthrough, I would allow. Okay, Pisces is an energy of allowing things to happen. Kind of this go with the flow type of energy. I don't love that phrase, but it's the kind of energy that you can think about. And so some of you are looking to potentially get away from trying to force something or calculate a breakthrough. Now, in the past, you have the Four of Cups. So this is somebody who's really not acting. Okay, so I feel like this is the energy of boredom and apathy. This person is not moving. They are thinking about something from the past. You have this Four of Swords here where you really need rest, but you also really want a new start. Something around the past here is troubling you, causing you to maybe be a little bit complacent. And the thing is, this person here is in a sense, they are missing out on an opportunity because there's something right in front of them being offered, but they can't see it because they're focused here on these three cups that are full here. And so when you get this Four of Cups energy, it says move out of boredom to the best of your ability and allow something to happen, allow something to come in for you. In the future, you have this Death card. So the Death card is not about literal death and dying. The Death card is about a major transformation happening in your life. This is something that I would want to see if I had a Four of Cups, because what this person really needs is a transformation, and the Death card provides you with a transformation. Okay, this Death card might be the catalyst for you finding this breakthrough, getting this breakthrough, allowing the breakthrough to come in. And you know, when you get this in the future position here, there's undeniable change coming, but there's nowhere in that card where it has to say that it's bad. Okay, and so yeah, you're going through a big change here, and I think ultimately this is probably what a lot of you are looking for at this moment. Now, on your thoughts, on your conscious awareness, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So I love this energy. Okay, this is somebody who is financially independent. For me, that's a huge form of abundance, because who does not want to have their own thing going? Who does not want to be financially independent, right? That's what this Nine of Pentacles is all about. This person here has everything they need and some. They could even afford a little bit of luxuries. At least that's what the Nine of Pentacles can indicate, because this person has grown something here that is providing for them over and over and over again. These pentacles will presumably grow back. And so you can think of the Nine of Pentacles as a card of like interest earning or dividends paying out or some sort of passive income, setting yourself up for major financial independence, setting yourself up for the future and for success. And so I like that that is on your mind, okay? Some of you maybe are taking this Four of Swords, Four of Cups opportunity as a chance to reassess and reevaluate and step back and maybe even embrace some of these energies of the King of Wands. Now, in the subconscious, you have the Temperance card. So this is Sagittarius energy. King of Wands could be a Sag as well, but it's fire energy, right? And actually, more importantly, the Temperance card is alchemy. It is mixing and combining elements here, mixing your fire and your water, kind of coming to a healthy position in your life. When you get this Temperance card, it can also mean embracing healing energy. It's and actually, how can I forget this, right? You have the number 13, the Death card, with number 14, the Temperance card. And so the Temperance card does provide healing after change. It can mean a situation turning around. So I actually always love to see the Death card with the Temperance card, but especially because you have something here where you're wanting a breakthrough and you're maybe a little bit trapped in apathy right now. So what I feel like is happening is this situation is truly turning around for you here in this week. So I love that energy. Now, in the staff, in the future and in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have the Tower. So the Tower is obviously, you have two of the ones that a lot of people get upset about, but you should not be stressed about any of these cards. The Tower really represents a blessing in disguise, because if you take a note, if you look at this Tower, there are no doors here. Okay, so this person falling from the Tower, they built a prison and there was no way for them to get out. But now what's happening is this lightning bolt is coming down and it's providing them with a way to get out of the imprisonment that they've put themselves in. And so it's actually a blessing in disguise. And remember, the Tower always leads you to the path of the star. And so, yeah, it can be abrupt. Yeah, it means change. Yeah, it can be shocking. But at the same time, it's a necessary change, because who actually wants to live in a house of cards, right? So that's kind of the energy there. In the external influence, this is very good, because this is external influence is what is happening outside of you. It's not necessarily what you can control. It's just something that's happening, and you have a new opportunity here in the financial areas of your life. So this could be a new job, it could be a new apartment, it could be moving to a new place where you maybe get a new apartment or a new house. It could be a new investment, could be profit taking, could be all sorts of things with this Ace of Pentacles, but it's happening outside of you. So that's very good. In your hopes and fears, you're hoping for a quick turnaround of situations here with this Knight of Swords. This can mean an entry or an exit happening in your life. It can refer to an event. And, you know, whatever's going on here is happening quick. And I think whatever feeling of like apathy that you may be in right now, I do see that that's going away. You have this Judgment card here, which is about going into a period of self-evaluation and asking yourself what it is that you need to do to get over the hump of the Judgment, whatever it is that you need to do to get to the completion of the world, because this is number 20 of 21. It means you're at like the precipice of the mountain. You have almost summited the mountain when you get the Judgment card, and it really says that there's maybe like one thing standing in your way towards attaining enlightenment. And for you, it's this Four of Cups, okay? It's this not action, or it's this lack of action here. And I think some of you are going to come to and like really understand what it is that you need to be doing here at this time. So let's go ahead and start to clarify. Yep, so this makes sense. So you have the other card that's very similar to the Four of Cups. You have the Hanging Man, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. The Hanging Man says that something's got to give. You got to let go, okay? You have to give something up to get something else. The Eight of Pentacles says you are a major talent. You have a major skill and a major ability that you can bring to the table here. The Ace of Wands is a side hustle, a business, a career, an enterprise. You have a classic combination for me of starting something here with the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands. You know, you may be like, I don't know, you may be starting a YouTube channel, starting an Etsy shop, or like Shopify. I don't know, you may be doing like a side hustle or something. Some of you may be going self-employed. Some of you may be physically starting something. I love this energy for you. I think that some of you here are going through career changes, and I think that you're going through changes right now that will shift the way that you view finances. And that may be through starting a business or starting something new. Not everybody, but I do think that that's coming in. If you want to work for somebody, I think that there's a big opportunity here to let your gifts kind of lead the way. You have perfect timing, you're ready, and compromise. Something's got to give, right? Some of you are recognizing that there's a kind of a natural order and a natural balance in the universe here. And as you let go, you also let in. And so I think some of you this is a deeply spiritual reading in some respects, especially because this Judgment and Tower card for me is like a spiritual awakening that may be happening for you. You have Traveler, move in a new direction, Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy, and Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So I love this for you. Some of you are absolutely starting something new. This may literally physically be moving, getting a new apartment, new place, whatever the case may be. But I think for many of you, it's also like a new career, a new way of earning money. And so, yeah, love this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Feel free to sign up for my email list. There's a link to that in the description below. I'll see you in the next reading.